Hello and welcome to the desk of Fusta 2005. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing and pairing of the TappLock Lite. Now you might recognize the TappLock name from previous videos that I've done. I did initial videos and a follow-up video on the TappLock One. Since that time they've come out with the TappLock One Plus, which has better security features and is harder to break into. If you've ever seen the YouTube channel Jerry Rig Everything, he did an initial video on the first iteration of the TappLock One, and was able to pretty easily get into it. I always say that if you want to get into something, you're going to do it however you'd like. It doesn't matter how hard it is to get the lock off. Take a hex out of these things and with some time can get into them. But this one is the TappLock Lite, which is more of a smaller version, kind of for like lockers and you know, gym lockers and just smaller things you want to protect as much as possible. It has the same general idea, being that you use your fingerprint to get into it. It also has the features of using the Bluetooth option from your phone, as well as a sort of signal to get into it. Let's see what it is. Morse code, that's what it is. You use Morse code by pushing the button in a certain sequence and get it to open that way. It also has, this one has 8 months of battery life, whereas the bigger TappLock One has a year. And I did do a test on the TappLock One, and it did last for actually more than a year. I think I only used about 40–50% of the battery. But I didn't use it as much. If you use it every day, you know, I don't know what it boils down to as far as how many times it can open. But you know, 8 months or whatever, that's pretty good life for a lock. And it does. We'll see in a little bit here when we open the box. But it does have a micro USB instead of the special charging cable that was on the TappLock One. So well, yeah, enough of my babbling. Let's go ahead and open this thing up, see what's inside. It's not very user-friendly packaging for sure. Keeps everything in. Let's try this side here. There we go. Doesn't have any of those friendly tabs to pull off on this one. So it just slides out here. Just to kind of read the box a little bit. 3 ways to unlock. It's designed. Advanced fingerprints technology. You can share access with several users. I think it's 100. I'll look in the manual here, but there's 3 ways to unlock. Like I said, fingerprint, Bluetooth, and your own combination via Morse code. So yeah, let's take a look here. So it just has the little flip-up part here. Get rid of, and the lock is here on the top. It is pretty light. The TappLock One was significantly heavier. It's probably a pound or 2, pound and a half. This one probably half a pound. It's got the fingerprint sensor here. It does appear to have some sort of it does have battery in it. already. So, but it is good to, speaking of battery, it is good to charge up your device before you use it. I'm gonna go against that for this time, just to pair it up with my phone and see if it works. But I will take the time to charge it up. It's supposed to take 2 hours from a dead battery. But yeah, so I mean it's a pretty simple lock. It's just like your usual. I mean you could probably use this as a well, maybe not. Don't use this as a luggage lock because it doesn't have the TSA stuff. They'll end up cutting it off, and you'll be angry that you spent $60 on a lock that is gonna get thrown away. So yeah, looks like there's it does have a dust cover. I don't think this is waterproof at all, unlike the TappLock One, which is water resistant to a certain level and also temperature resistant to a certain level. This one has a micro USB in it for charging, which is helpful because a lot of people have those laying around. It doesn't take a special lock at all. So yeah, it looks like to turn it on, you just tap the lock here. Whereas on the TappLock One, it has a button on the bottom that you touch. But this is where you would do your Morse code and stuff. So let's go ahead and get the manual out here. It's in the bottom of the box. But yeah, it does come with its own micro USB, but obviously you can use any one that you want. It does have the manual. I'll get the boxes out of the way here. It does, one thing I didn't note is that it does come in several different colors. I think it's black. I think there's a yellow and a red one for now. I wish if there was a blue one I would have taken it, I would have bought it, but yeah. Black is cool. Let's see here. It just kind of goes through your different features. So just like on the box, you have cutting edge fingerprint technology, rechargeable battery. You can share Bluetooth access. You can store up to 100 fingerprints, which I don't think you'll ever need to use. But I mean, if this isn't a business, like the TappLock One, the bigger one, you could use it in a business access kind of situation for a gate or something. I think that one holds up to 200 fingerprints. And you can see who got in and went out and stuff like that. So it's good for some people. I wouldn't say it's for the normal person, but yeah, it has a up to a 8-month battery for a 2-hour charge time, which is pretty good. Nothing complaining there. No complaining there. The power button is the you just hit the lock here. It kind of pushes down a little bit. That's the power button, and then there's the status light, and obviously the fingerprint sensor and the charge port, which we already looked at, which is there. Yeah, so basically you just download the app and go through the pairing process. It's a pretty simple lock. I seem to like the TappLock One. It did good for what I was using it for. I'll do some extensive testing on this one. See how accurate the 8-month battery life is. It will go to sleep on its own. You don't have to hold the button or anything. I think you can do it that way if you want to. You can power it on, and then you can hold it for about 3 seconds and it'll power off again. So yeah, let me take a few minutes to get the app set up, and we'll go through the pairing process and see how it works. Alright, so here we are with the TappLock application on your phone on iOS. I believe they have one for Android. Like I said in most of my videos, this is an iOS iPhone family, so we only have Apple products. I know. But yeah, it should work pretty similarly to your Android, on an Android as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Looks like it's pretty similar to pairing with any other type of lock. Um, Basically, what you want to do is hit the add a new tap lock, and it alerts you to turn it on to Bluetooth. Which, in the case of the TappLock Lite, you hit the button twice if it goes correctly. So it turns on. You see the blue flashing light, and it shows up with the lock on here. You tap the lock, and this turns on and says, "Hey, I'm paired." Turns into a solid light. You hit the OK button on here. There you go. We'll just designate it as a Lite. You can change the name of it if you'd like. So we can say that's done, well done, hit next again. It'll say you want a profile picture. I say no. But anyway, you can add a profile picture if you'd like. And this is where it has you adding your fingerprint. So you can say, okay, so I'm going to use my right finger and do my, let's say if we're going to do my thumb. So we hit the thumb. It says, do you want to add this fingerprint? I say, okay. So you hit your right, it tells you, gives you instructions on what to do. Put your finger on the fingerprint reader for 3 seconds. Obviously I'm talking too much, so it times out, so we'll say retry. And then we'll put our thumb on here. It'll read it for 3 seconds. It says, added fingerprint successfully. Say okay. You want to add another one? I usually do my index finger just as an extra one to do. So you just put your index, whatever finger you're using, it'll read it, it'll turn green, do its thing, says added fingerprint successfully again. I think we're done, so we can say, alright, we're done with that. Apparently they have a video that you can do. That's cool. Let's see what it is. Just kind of goes through what you're doing. Pick it up. There you go. That's a general idea of what's going on. You don't want to pull on it. You want to make sure that it's loose so it can unlock, I guess. So that's cool. Don't want to put an unnecessary strain on your lock, I suppose. So we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at it here. Alright, so it's in Bluetooth. So let's see if the Bluetooth option unlocks. So you can see it's connected. It's at 90% battery. So obviously, like I said, you have to charge it up fully for it to take advantage of the 8 months. And you can say unlock. There you go. Takes a couple seconds, but it did lock. And let's power it off here. I gotta figure this out here. I'll close Close the app. Okay, so it's looking for a Bluetooth connection. It's gone. So if you want to use it the old-fashioned way, do that. You hit the fingerprint button. Of course. There we go. Gotta get my thumb on there the correct way. So it does work. It's supposed to get better with each time you use it, so you can, like I said, I have my index finger on here. Opened up pretty quick. So yeah, I mean it's a lock. I'm not gonna go through and try to break it and stuff because I'm gonna use this. So I'll leave that up to the other YouTubers that can afford to have multiple of these things. But anyway, that's pretty much it. We'll see you guys on the next one.